2. As that Immortals respawn is pretty close, and it looks like Immortals wants to take this straight to the card off the bat. Mangachu down. Nami is able to take care of him. Nami with 2. This may be Immortals taking a map off of Renegades. Finally, sound barrier from Immortals as well. There's only 2 players up. That may be said and done as Immortals are able to stop Renegades taking a map off them finally. That will be a 1-0 lead for the Immortals boys, having a good showing right there.
And just like that,
up their lineup and kind of what they were doing, really, Renegades, when they were doing so well throughout all of this. But you know, there's always things underneath the surface that we all don't see. And as Caleb was saying, I'm sure they have good reasons for some of these changes.
Yeah, I'd certainly be curious to hear exactly what they are. The best answer I can come up with, sort of in a vacuum, just taking a guess at it, is that the D.Va changes are affecting this somehow. They don't believe that they're going to be running D.Va, or maybe KYB can do both, so it's not a big concern. But either way, if you kind of look at it this way, they're very far ahead in score. They've already gotten through 4 matches. They haven't lost one. They're virtually guaranteed passing on to the round of 6. They do need to be worried about their cumulative score through the round of 6, but you could argue that now might be a time to make that change with a patch looming and everything. Maybe they want to put their best foot forward in the round of 6, and they want to have as much practice with that moving into the finals. But you know, we'll get an interview with them. We'll ask them directly, because my guess is certainly can't be as accurate as just listening to their reasoning. That's
We'll have to wait to hear it firsthand from them and see exactly what they want. But
so now we're on Route 66. I do want to point out that this is Renegade's choice.
This is Renegade's choice indeed. We'll see. They are on the defensive side first. Immediately, it will be Juvenile getting isolated all by himself, and that's bad news. Mangachu is already finished off by Nami, so they are 1 down. Kid getting taken out, and Agility's unable to actually convert on the kill to Sherlock. Grim Reality is able to finally get it in the end. Immortals are just steamrolling through on their offense here. Renegades a bit troubled there.
I don't think Renegades has given up maybe 1 point on Route 66 ever so far in Winter Premiere, but they've held some pretty crazy situations in the past. Immortals getting very close here to the first point.
They've traded 1-for-1 self-destruct high in the sky, and Jur is taken out by that as Hyped getting himself 1. Verbo finishing off Kib. And Renegades really in some trouble here. Losing 4, they brought everybody back to try and get a stall on the cart, maybe even a fight win, but that is not going to be the case. Immortals are looking very, very strong at the moment. And running the Reaper, nonetheless, Grim Reality, who was able to do a lot of work. He has a Death Blossom up for himself. Athan soon coming up with a Nano Boost. Maybe a bit of a throwback coming to the Beyblade meta. We'll have to see who they decide to use it on, but certainly a deadly combo.
It can still work. It can still work, I believe. I've seen it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it too, man. That can be pretty nasty. Right away, Immortals are still moving this one through. Good bubble to keep Jesus alive, but he has that Biotic Grenade on himself. They will use the Nano Boost on Nami as he charges himself forward, and Agility's getting hooked in. Biotic lands on him, taken down, easy peasy on the 1-2 combo. Renegades are finding the kills now, finally, to shut down Immortals in the streets. And they will be able to stop it, at least for now. Kib does have a Graviton at the ready, and Jesus with a whole hog. Soon a sound barrier as well for Jur.
If Renegades recovered from their staggered spawn situation, able to mount a better defense here in the middle of the streets phase on point 2. Immortals, they burned the Nano Boost, but not the Death Blossom from Grim Reality. They also have a whole hog and an Earth Shatter. Working on a sound barrier. Renegades with a Graviton, a whole hog, and a sound barrier of their own looming.
Look at this kid using the Graviton underneath of the bridge. So many players from Immortals caught up in that. Jesus off of the whole hog gets 2 for himself, and hey, these players will just be going for the reset here. Nami and Hyped both just jumping off the cliff. It's better than getting staggered for sure. Another fight won by Renegades off of the Graviton whole hog combo. But now Immortals will have some ultimates to work with. Athan again soon coming up on that Nano Boost.
Grim Reality still holding on to the Death Blossom. It's gonna take a while to find the right position here with so many tanks on the field to really make that pay out. Looks like he's working for that right now.
Playing very, very sneaky. Here as he rushes forward off of some speed boost, getting some damage in, but Mangachu is there on D.Va to try and help his teammate out and keep him alive, and there will be a nano boost out here as Immortals are still Immortals will use a sound barrier. That is all they've used so far, and they lose agilities for it. Sherlocki and agilities are both taken out. Renegades yet again are coming out on the upper hand here as Grim Reality is removed from the fight as well. Kib is doing some work on Zarya. I have to mention, he's been making plays happen, not only with Gravitons. He wanted hyped back. You're not going anywhere, but
I don't have anything against Renegades in that situation, but I wanted it to come back just to see it happen. Immortals got a nano boost on their side, Renegades and Earth Shatter. That last push for Immortals, Grim Reality getting in the backline, causing a little bit of damage, but Renegades getting into Immortals' backline in the meantime and getting much better return for their push. And that's one hook coming out of Agilities, getting Soldier 76 in it. Wait, there's no Soldier. Who did I see?
Oh, there's going to be a nano boost. Yeah, there you go, Sherlocki. There's a nano boost. Nami comes in and is swinging away. 2 for him here, and Jur winning that Lucio v. Lucio battle. And Renegades are responding, though. Kib gets a 2K. Ethan and Agilities both. And they're keeping themselves in the fight for the time being, though. Kib is separated from pretty much everybody here, and that might be about said and done for Renegades, at least for this fight, though. Kib is at least trying to even the playing field a little bit, and he's managed to keep himself alive. Immortals are having a tough time taking him down, and Renegades are actually able to get themselves collected and back together. And Kib with some of these kills are actually really keeping Renegades in this fight. Agility's using the whole hog. He does get a juvenile on his charge. Finally, they take down Kib. It took him a while, but they managed to make it happen in the end. Now a whole hog in a nano boost onto Jesus as he's putting guys into the meat grinder at the moment. And Immortals will continue to press on. A big Earth Shatter from Nami should help them secure a few kills, but Jesus getting hooks and a sound barrier for Renegades. The fight continues on the card here, and there's only 2 seconds left, so Immortals really need to make it happen here. And a big hook from Jesus, taking down Verbo. There will be a Graviton on the cart, but not really a whole lot of follow-up. And now it might be Grim Reality biting the dust. Here is Jesus just meleeing away, and this is the never-ending fight for sure, but it seems as though in the end Renegades might be coming out on top. Agilities has come back on Tracer to try and stall for a little bit if he can, just to get the rest of the team there. And Jesus, who's very hurt, there may be an opportunity to finish off that kill. Finally, charge comes through from Nami to take down Jesus. Mangachu gets Earth Shattered on the cart. They're trying to, they got to remove these players from the fight, but Mangachu has been able to stall for quite a while, and the Renegades respawns just continue to filter through right now, and there will be a Graviton yet again. Their sound barrier comes out. Nice shot from Grim Reality to take down Jur, and self-destruct down onto the point. And Grim Reality can't seem to quite finish off Sherlocki right there, but Immortals still needing to make this fight happen. The win happened, it looks like finally they're able to do so for the 2-minute fight.
And Immortals able to recover from that. It looked like a certain loss scenario for that. Verbo keeping it alive for a little bit. Agility certainly keeping the entire push alive. Even when Nami couldn't find an Earth Shatter to catch Jur in it, which probably caused a lot of the loss. Not trying to criticize Nami in that situation. That was a hard one, and Lucio came skating around from a different angle to get the right Earth Shatter on it. But Immortals pushing in here to the final point. They did keep it alive. Can they take it all the way?
They're gonna certainly try. Pulse Bomb from Agilities finds nothing, and an Earth Shatter out as well from the Juvenile. That won't get anything, and Nami hooked in by Jesus and taken out. 50 seconds left on the clock. A big biotic grenade's gonna land on all the Renegades players, but Jesus using that whole hog snags up a couple for himself. And Immortals, they're going to have to reset, as they will have pretty much one more fight left here, or at least one more opportunity with 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, but that one opportunity could last a minute and a half from what we've seen some Immortals so far. Grim Reality paying dividends on his Pharah play so far. This guy can play anything. Nami, he's got another Earth Shatter. That's going to have to come in big.
Going in, Juvenile with the nano boost, and he already gets 8th, and that is a lot of trouble for Immortals. You need that Ana to be able to keep your team sustained, and Sherlocki picks up a couple of kills, 3 kills for Sherlocki here. Apparently, Ana is just an insane DPS, getting all the finishing blows right here. A 3K for Sherlock. Finally taken down by the enemy Ana, but now there is a self-destruct on the cart. Juvenile with 2 off of his Earth Shatter agilities, and Nami both taken out, and this may be it for Immortals. Let's see if they can stall it out. Yet again, Grim Reality with the Rocket Barrage finds 2, Grim Reality with 3, taking down Mangachu. And now Immortals still seeming to hold on here, and he's looking for the final blow onto Jesus. Verbo gets it, but Grim Reality dealing out that damage, so Immortals aren't done yet, folks, as they continue to push the cart. Renegades looking to regroup and take one more push off of the respawns. They do have a Graviton to work with. Kib has got that in the bank and ready to take it out, though. Nano Boost is going to be deployed onto Hype. There is a Graviton on the cart. Kib looking to get some of these kills. There's no follow-up, though, and he didn't have the charge to really grind through those guys with the Graviton, but still Immortals are hanging on. They've lost 2. Renegades have lost 3. Kib goes down as well. Immortals may just be able to do this. Mangachu's really the only one on the card for them, just trying to stall as long as he possibly can. Now Pulse Bomb's gonna land on Juvenile thanks to agilities as he gets taken out, and somehow Immortals makes it happen. In the end, it took them a long while. They held on barely. Multiple times.
Apparently nobody could stop Immortals in overtime. This is something we've seen a number of times. Kingdom, you would have, or Renegades.
There it is.
Oh, there it was. This time it wasn't a joke. Oh, man. Renegades, you would have thought they'd be the team to be able to stop that, but I don't know, it's either the change, the different lineups, or what, but not able to make it work that time around. Grim Reality's Pharah, though, that was huge.
He's
2 points in a row.
He saved them there with that rocket barrage and then killing Jesus. Yeah, that's big plays to keep Immortals in that fight and to keep moving, saving them there a couple of times throughout that map. As now we're going to see a change in sides. They have no time left in the time bank. They made it happen in overtime, but hey, better late than never, as the saying goes. And now it will be Renegades on the offense. Immortals running a pretty standard defensive comp, pretty much what they always run on their defensive side. Grim Reality on that 76 and agilities on that Hog.
Best news for Renegades here. This is a good map for Pharah. Mangachu has certainly performed well on her to date, but also they've exhausted the entire time for Immortals. So if they are able to cap it all the way with enough time left, that could be it right then and there. But Renegades, 20 seconds left before they head out to meet Immortals. Immortals so far has been looking so strong, especially compared to last week. I mean, they've always played well, but this is something else.
Yeah, they have really brought their A game today, that's for sure. Is now we do see the change in sides, and Renegades on the offense. Sherlock is showing Zenyatta, actually, so far. No Ana for Renegades, which you don't see too often, as they do have Mangachu, though I'm sure they want the Zen for the orb onto Mangachu as he flies around, and also that Discord. And Jesus will be on Reaper. A lot of teams liking to run Reaper on this first point of Route 66, as we've seen as of late, but we should be seeing the fight take place here very shortly. Hype will be demeched to start things off, so there might be a bit of a trouble for Immortals. Hype very hurt inside of the cavern here, but Mangachu has taken quite a bit of damage himself, finally getting the finishing blow. 2 players down for Immortals here. That's a lot of trouble for them. Most players are going to be backing up. All of them see maybe if they can get everyone back just in time for one more fight. They're going to have to move quick, though, as Renegades are getting ready to get this first point cap. Mangachu is going to be flying around pretty freely. A hook from agilities is going to bring Kib up to the high ground. Biotic grenade landing on them. Jesus was able to get Nami as he charged down onto that cart, and that Reaper just shredding through the tank. And self-destruct over on that cliffside. Hype getting taken down. Mangachu still is doing work right here on this cart. Grim Reality just throwing his body onto it. Might as well try and stall for a little while, but Mangachu blowing through these guys on the first point between him and Jesus. Really making it happen. Renegades off to a good start in the offense here.
That's certainly neither team really struggling here with the first point. So far, Mangachu's concussives have been on point. That last defense there from Immortals, bouncing Nami off by himself, picking them off very quickly. Every single one of them just having a pretty good impact. And Renegades looking strong here into the second point.
Kib with 2 for himself already. And they have so many ultimates, Renegades. They have 4, just about all 6. And that is bad news for Immortals. They are pressed up very aggressively for where the cart is at, but it's good to keep that pressure. Immortals really just need to get regrouped, and Agility's now making a switch over to Genji.
They're
We'll
gonna
see
have
if
to
he can make it happen.
Immortals gonna have to get in a good tack visor, probably nano tack visor in order to sweep this out.
Something.
Certainly taking down Mangachu first is gonna be probably a priority, either him or Sherlocki.
There is a sound barrier for Renegades. They have a lot of ults to use. 4 used for them already. Jesus using the Death Blossom does get Verbo, and the Tack Visor from Grim Reality so far is only able to take down 1. That was Mangachu. It's a very important pick. Immortals finally getting a hold on the defense here as a self-destruct flies into the back from Hyped and takes down Sherlocki and Jerf. Finished off by Grim Reality. So Immortals finally making it happen, and Renegades burning 4 ults in total right there on that last fight. But in the end, Immortals able to hold on, finally putting a stint in the push of Renegades.
It's a pretty strategic win for Immortals there, burning a lot of ultimates and holding. Immortals got a sound barrier on their side, but really low on everything else. Renegades with a barrage and a transcendence. They can piece those together to complete here. Point 2, that transcendence coming out of Sherlocki right now as Mangachu letting loose the barrage on Anami.
I'm not sure about that barrage. They had really no good opportunity to make a play happen, but the rest of Renegades are finding some kills. Nami and Agilities are amongst the casualties for Immortals, and Jesus, narrowly missing a hook right there onto the players at the high ground, but Renegades regardless will still keep the cart moving. Getting the hook onto Kib, or onto Hype, was unable to save Kib in the end, but Renegades still moving through right here as Immortals have gotten themselves at least some of the players back onto the cart. Nami's leading the charge. Jesus with that biotic grenade on himself needs to get sped out there by Jur, and there will be a tack visor from Grim Reality that is going to do so much damage, a nano visor in fact, and he'll even get out after getting hooked. So Immortals will be able to hold on here. Agility's just cleaning up on so much damage. We've seen him do this before on Genji. Still making plays happen. He's got a Dragon Blade too.
And an Earth Shatter for Nami. Renegades really only have a self-destruct, but working on a whole hog, a sound barrier, an Earth Shatter. And we'll count the Tranquility as well. Renegades with 1 minute left on the clock. Might be in another overtime situation like Immortals was here in the second point. If they're not too careful, they're going to have to make a lot more progress on this. It doesn't necessarily look like they have all the tools yet, but they're getting very, very close.
They are getting close, and now they're kind of flip-flopping some odd positioning on both sides. Sound barrier for Renegades. Agilities is going to hold on to this Dragon Blade as long as he can now that sound barrier is going to be letting off Agilities with 2, 3 now for Agilities. The Dragon Blade coming in big time for him and the rest of Immortals as Renegades gets shut down right there, and they're going to have to make it happen with just a little bit of time left. 20 seconds for Renegades. They do have some tools in the kit for ultimates, and none at the moment for Immortals, but they're coming up very, very shortly. So Renegades looking to move quickly right here as they come around the backside through the alley. They're gonna have to get on the cart and find the kills right now. With just 5 seconds, it will be overtime unless they get the next point. And Jesus, with a crucial miss on a hook there, could have taken out Ethan from the fight. Whole hog used, but completely destroyed off of the whole hog. And now it is 2 kills for Immortals. It's a 5v4 fight in favor of them, and Mangachu goes down. In the end, Grim Reality using that tack visor got Sherlocki before he was finished off, so Renegades may be getting shut down here, and Immortals could be taking the series of finally beating Renegades. They stay undefeated in the winter premiere. Immortals making me eat my words again. Another team to do it.